Hey guys, it's Carnivore Kipp. Whew, this is a tough one to make, y'all. This is a tough video for me personally to make because this video is very personal to me. And I'll go ahead and say, uh, my daddy, he raised me to be a tough guy. He didn't raise me to cry all the time. That's fine if that's you and you know, you're the kind of guy that cries all the time. Hey, that's fine. But you know, my daddy, he raised me to, to be a manly man. But ever since well, let me go to the beginning. My wife and I, after we got married, we um we had wanted a child. We knew we wanted a child when we got married, and we honestly struggled to have a child. And after some like multiple years of trying, and you hear your friends say, "When are y'all getting pregnant? When are you having a baby?" And that kind of stuff can bother you at times. You love your friends and you're excited for them whenever they have a baby, but at the same time, you struggle with it because you deep down that you would want nothing else more than to have your own child. And we tried for like 4 years, and or getting maybe close to 5 years. We had actually went and seen like a specialist to try to help us, and they were wanting us to take different stuff, and some of the stuff would have been like thousands of dollars. And so my wife and I, we decided, you know what, we're just going to take a break and we're just going to save up some money. And then while we were on that break, saving up, or going to try to focus on saving up money, my wife got pregnant. And God blessed us with a beautiful baby girl. Y'all met her in some of my videos. Her name's Abigail. And ever since then, that has it softened me up a lot. I always thought I was going to be the tough macho guy, but man, it's something about that little girl. She just she knows how to get daddy. She knows how to get daddy. She's 1 now, and she just started walking good not too long ago, like a month or two ago. And even before she started walking, I was getting very worried because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do whenever she's walking and running around, because I was almost 500 pounds in January. And I was like, things cannot go on like this. How am I going to be like a good dad that just, goes and plays on the swing set with their kids and goes and walks with them at the park and goes with them to water parks or goes with them to amusement parks, or I mean, even goes to a movie theater with them and can actually fit in the seats, because there's been seats that I've tried to sit in at movie theaters that were super tight, and I'm like sitting up against the next person. And so my daughter, she is my why. She is the reason that I decided, you know what, you've had 29 years of stuff in your face full of everything you wanted. But in this moment, because God's blessed you with that girl, you have a chance to be there for the rest of your life. Are you going to continue to choose the food, the same old food that you always chose that made you almost 500 pounds? Are you going to choose something different? So when people ask me, why did you come to the carnivore diet? I come to the carnivore diet out of desperation. I was desperate for a change. I needed something different because things that I've done before have always failed. And I've heard so many people talk about, hey, if you would just give it a try, it would help you with your hunger. It would help you not constantly feel like you're starving. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. After I started doing this for like within the first month, it's like things started changing and I didn't constantly live my life thinking about food. I think about when I get home in the evening, I think about spending time with my daughter instead of just, oh my goodness, what are we eating tonight? What are we eating? I'm starving. My life is completely changing. Just in case this is your first video of mine, I really have been obese my entire life. I was over 100 pounds in kindergarten. I was over 300 pounds in middle school. Um, I never even went to high school. I was an 8th grade dropout. Now later on, I got my GED and I went to college, but I've never been to high school in my whole life. And my whole adult life, I was over 400 pounds. And one time I lost enough weight to weigh 372 pounds. And then I quit that diet just like every other diet, and I gained that weight back and more. So I've always been over 400 pounds as an adult. So I don't even know what I'm going to look like once I get this weight off, but I can guarantee you one thing. I'm going to get this weight off because that little girl, she's the best wife that I could ever have. She motivates me so much every time that I get to wake up and see her in the morning, or when I pull up from work and I get to see her in the evenings. I think about not only the time that I'm getting to spend with her now, but because of the changes that I'm making on the carnivore diet, the years that are going to be added that I get to spend with her later. Because if I would have kept going at the rate I was at almost 500 pounds, there's no way I would have been able to dance with her at her wedding. There's no way that I would be able to go over there and help her cut her grass or something at her first house, or change a flat tire or anything like that. I would have to call the shop or call someone else because I can't do it. And as a father, that hurts. This is hard to talk about because it hurts. And that's exactly what I've been doing for all these years. And the time for change for me is right now. 2023 is my year, and I hope that it's somebody else's year. I hope if you're listening and you haven't started the carnivore diet, I hope you would consider it because it's changing my life. It's only been a little over 4 months, y'all, and my life is changing every day. In my last update video a week ago, I was down 75 pounds at the 4-month mark. Now I'm down 80 pounds. My story's just getting started. I'm down 80 pounds now, but there's no telling how much weight I'll lose by the end of the year. And I know that just the pounds aren't everything, but I'm sick and tired of carrying all this extra weight. I'm tired of carrying it. It feels like just baggage just all around me all the time. I feel it in my joints. I feel it everywhere. This has got to change. My daughter, she's worth it. What I would really like to see in the comments section of this video is for some of y'all, only if you feel comfortable. Only if you feel comfortable, let me know and let others know that are going to read the comments. What is your why? Have you thought about what your why is for this life change? Because it is a life change. This carnivore diet is not just a diet. It is a way of life. And what is your why for doing this? Do you have a daughter? Do you have a son? Do you have, some parent that needs you? Do you have, what is it? Is it you're trying to hang on to your career and you're having a hard time doing it? Maybe you're just worried that something's going to happen to you. Drop a comment and let me know your why, because that right there, when other people get to read that, is going to be inspiring. It's going to be inspiring. It's not just to get a comment on this video. It's to encourage other people. I hope that one day, little Miss Abigail, and I'm going to try not to get emotional, but I hope that one day little Miss Abigail gets to see these videos, and I hope that she's proud of me, And I hope that she says, man, my daddy loved me so much that he was willing to change. And I'm going to end this clip. I could have made a super upbeat video, but that's not what was on my mind this week. You know, the past few weeks, there's been a couple days that's been kind of hard and make me kind of want to stop and get fast food somewhere. And I'm like, no, you know what you're doing and you know why you're doing it. And the more I think about that why, it makes me just want to encourage other people to remember your why, especially in a hard time. And whenever things get rough, you're wanting to cheat, remember your why, because that's going to help you. And I hope that I'm speaking to that person that might be struggling and wondering if they can keep doing it. Just think about your why, and is your why worth it? If your why is not worth it, maybe you need to find another why. Or maybe you haven't found a why yet, but you need to find a why. And not everybody is almost 500 pounds like I was. You don't have to be almost 500 pounds to have health problems. There are people that are 200 pounds that have bad health problems and have all kinds of different issues. So, I mean, yes, my heart thinks about a lot of people that are severely overweight because I know how it feels and I know how limiting it is and how many things that you miss out on in everyday life. And yes, I try to talk to y'all a lot, but just know if you're not super overweight, that this is still for you also. And I hope that I can encourage you in some way to keep going, to not give up, because this is so worth it. This is the rest of our lives that we're talking about. We're not talking about doing something for 6 weeks and quitting. We're talking about doing this for the rest of our lives and changing our lives. And like I've said in previous video, changing our family trees. Because I said, and I've said it in multiple videos, it's kind of a little statement of mine that a lot of people don't know it, but it's something that I tell myself, is that the fat in my family tree stops with me. Because I'm sick and tired of all the obesity in my family and me being the biggest person in my family. And I know that one day my daughter, she's going to look at me as an example. She already is looking at me as an example, even though she's only one. But I want her to know that you don't have to continue to live that way. And I know there's all these different movements and stuff like that. And I don't mean any disrespect to none of them. But I know how unhealthy that I was. And I don't want that for her. I want her to live a happy and healthy life. I don't want her to miss out and get picked on by other kids because of things that she can't do. And, you know, there's just so many struggles that people that aren't obese, they don't even realize. The normal things, like Carnivorous Me said in her video, she's talked about she couldn't even hardly wipe her own butt. That is a struggle whenever you're super big. Or washing your body without getting out of breath. So many things are a struggle whenever you're severely obese. And I do not want that for my family. And that's why I have to be the change. That way we can go ahead and fix this now. If you would like to support me as I'm spreading awareness of this carnivore journey and how it helps people, and also if you want to continue watching me cook more barbecue and cook in my cast iron skillets from time to time, go ahead and like this video, because that really helps me to share this with more people and reach a bigger audience. And go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I'd greatly appreciate it. That means a lot. Another way that you can support my channel, and multiple people have been doing it already, because I want to start live streaming a little bit, is I created an Amazon wish list. And if anyone you know, only if it's something that you want to do, but if anyone's feeling generous and they would like to donate to my Amazon wish list, I have a few items on there, and I appreciate everyone that has already donated to it. And I also created a buy me a coffee. I'm not going to mention it in every video, I don't think, but those things do help support me in sharing this with people, and, you know, helping me with the equipment that it takes to shoot these videos for y'all. And thank y'all for that. And thank y'all for watching this video. And thank y'all for liking it and for subscribing. I really appreciate it. God bless every one of y'all, and I love y'all. I'm out of here. See y'all in the next video. Quick shout out to Jim Greason for buying this off my Amazon wish list. I actually don't have the camera yet, but I'm getting close to my goal, trying to save to get me a camera to shoot footage with instead of always using my phone. This right here is going to help me out a lot. That's one less thing that I have to save for. This is a memory card for it. I really appreciate it, Mr. Jim.